The other thing with the hook grip versus mixed grip is everyone's worried about biceps tears on mixed grip.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Yeah.
because like when your hand's under, it's easier to want to curl the bar.
Yeah.
So like first solution is just don't curl the bar when you're deadlifting. You're not doing a goddamn 800-pound curl. Like keep your freaking elbow lock, keep your tricep straight, flex your tricep.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing mechanically that contributes to bicep tears on deadlifts is that if you lack external rotation of the shoulder and you cannot get your hand around enough, in order to get more supination at the wrist, if you allow elbow flexion, you get more supination. So a lot of times the guys that are tearing their biceps is they're forced into that elbow flexion because they lack the shoulder external rotation and they kind of have to curl into it. And then if the elbow's a little bit flexed and they pull the deadlift, it straightens out. That's a shit ton of force the bicep tendon was not expecting to get. So that's another thing when they go twang.
Yeah. 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 Underhand pulls, not even deadlifts specifically, but deadlifts for sure, like with the mixed grip. Probably because like in bodybuilding, they're not as focused on like form. They don't have someone like you watching, their form on the lift and making sure that they're not doing any type of curls. Underhand rows, just like a flat bench press, are things that I stay away from. Like anything that's known for tearing muscles in bodybuilding, we just stay away from.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's not so like form intensive as like powerlifting. Because I know with like your coaching, you're watching like all their lifts, right? You're checking that out. Whereas like in bodybuilding, it's more visual, right? Like I'm looking how they look, how they feel. It's not watching every single exercise. So we stay away from things that are higher risk of injury.
And that's kind of funny to think about because like if I'm dealing with a guy that does lack the rotation to get under from mixed grip, is I will actually get him to do underhand rows.
Really?
Not for the goal of maximizing loading on this, because this isn't one that we're trying to build shit with. This is one where we're just trying to let ourselves ease into a stress that we control, get that rotation, get that supination, let it all go. Because if we can get better at letting it go there, we're going to be able to get our hand on better for the deadlift.
Mm-hmm.
So it's one of those things where like, yes, risky, but my whole take on like bad movements or like movements that get a bad rap for being, dips bad for your shoulders, behind the neck press bad for your shoulders. But if you can get yourself in shape to be able to handle those movements, you can use those movements to become more resilient in that position. And if you're more resilient in that position, the joint's going to work better.
Yeah. Yeah. Assuming you have the flexibility to do that.
But it's like
Oh,
we just scale it to the point so we can use the movement to build the flexibility.
yeah.
So it's not like we're just like, okay, guy has shitty shoulders. We're going to program weighted dips for a max set of 6.
Yeah.
It's like we're going to put a
Yeah.
shit ton of reverse bend on there, a ton of weight on the assisted dip, and just make it smooth, not force the range, and then make the goal over the coming weeks not to reduce assistance, but to increase range of motion, increase access, increase control. And then once they establish that they can control full range of motion with a lot of assistance, then we start pulling assistance back. Once they can do a body weight, we start adding load. And it's like if a guy can go from not being able to do dips to being able to do dips, like their shoulders 10 times out of 10, they feel way better.